got it. We got it.
We release Patreon episodes for free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I only do it when we have to miss a Saturday.
I think it's funny. It's part of the show. It's a good bit.
It's a good bet. Yeah.
No, I'm not like I don't release the newest one. Like if you want to pay for the stuff, just pay. But like if we miss a Saturday, we got to fill content up
That's
somehow.
true.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for.
Exactly.
Yeah. We treat our Patreon like a soup kitchen.
Right.
Yeah. You can get ketchup if you want
Because we have the
in the
cheap.
store, but we'll give it to you.
We
We'll
have
just
a
give
cheap fan base.
I swear to God, like I got like 6 different messages for the last 2 weeks from random fans of the Greg and Rob.
of this show.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
This program. We don't do a show. We do a program.
I didn't go to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
And they all said they will not ever give Patreon money. And I was like, you know what? If they're not going to be listened to, I might as well just use them for substitution.
How did that come up?
I didn't even come up.
Well, we talk a lot of shit on the show about the.
Yeah, I know. And,
people
and
that
like
listen,
6
yeah.
different people messaged me on Instagram.
So Claire
All six
Ginsburg, Joey Cusimano, Elroy Suggs.
No, it was
They all
Will.
messaged you.
What's his name? Will.
Will Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Billy.
He threatens to give us Patreon money. That's like the opposite.
The Fight Club fans that reach out to me, they don't. Patreon never comes up. It was never
Yeah,
a topic
yeah,
yet. Unless they're like, I'm on the Patreon because they want me to be like, cool, which
Right.
is cool. But I don't. Otherwise, no one's ever messaged me being like, I will never be on the Fight Club Patreon.
I got 6 of those. It was like bizarre.
But Fight Club has like a built-in fan base already.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
if you are a fan, it's like go to pay. Like there's no built-in fan base here.
It kind of is.
Yeah. And well, from the old one, we had listeners on the old one. I don't know why.
And those people have been messaging me randomly,
Yeah.
like saying they actually do listen still.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
people that
And
listen.
do you ask them to sign up for Patreon? Or do
No,
they
like
just
I
come up
didn't.
with
I was
it?
like they like mentioned shit. Like the 6 recently I got,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm like, I didn't even bring this up. I just want, I know, I just want you to let you know.
But we talk about it on the show,
I know,
and
I know.
it
We're
riles
talking
them
about
up.
it,
We
yeah.
rile up the fan base.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We rile up the fucking what do we call Mateo's fans again?
the Mozzies.
The Mozzies. Yeah, we rile them up.
So you wanted to, Brent? You were mentioning this is going up on Thursday. Yeah. What about it?
No, I want to say we give out our Patreon episodes for free. That's
No,
all.
we only give it out for free when we have to miss an eventual Saturday.
He's an intense podcaster.
I'm getting really into because my order is.
He's a podcast god.
He's a podcast warrior. He's a pod warrior.
For Fight Club, we've been doing the Jersey shows as like Patreon ones, except for a couple that will like throw up a couple battles on YouTube, which is good because I had to I hosted one all by myself, and it's like hard to host.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so
weirdly
hard.
to host the Fight Club. Like I think I'm like a guy that's good at talking, and then I'm like, okay, the next battle, the guys can't say any of the things.
Yeah.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, it's weirdly difficult.
Hosting in general is very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
even
hosting a comedy show, I'm totally fine with, but for some
Yeah.
reason, hosting Fight Club in particular, it just is.
It's a different animal of
difficult.
comedy.
Yeah.
You have to when you host, you got to be giving. You know, you
Yeah.
can't be like a selfish performer. You're
Right.
not there. You have to succeed and be
Yeah.
like, they're not here for me. And that's why I need the lineup. That's why
Yeah.
comedy is a collective art.
I hosted
Yeah.
2 battles on the last one that we did 'cause for like we're doing the Big Dog Invitational tournament.
Right.
And I'm hosting those, and the one on YouTube, I even the fights are supposed to be this fight starts now,
Yeah.
and I literally said this fart fights now, and like everyone noticed. I'm like fuck, like
and then here it
yeah,
comes.
people are like, oh, Matt talks retarded, and then it's like actually it's for some reason it's impossible.
Well, he's so prepared for years. He's been
yeah,
prepared.
he's
Yeah.
just in his head now.
Yeah.
He's kind of like did it.
Yeah, he's got it down for
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, like
But it's weird that I do it sometimes because I don't think I don't even think I'm the second best choice to host it. I think Pat Haggerty is the second best choice to host.
well, Lanza used to host, right?
yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, Lanza was the only like.
Yeah, Pat would be fun to watch because he does the.
Yeah, he'd be good. He would certainly be better at than I
he
would
did
be.
the ill-fated PCM show that
Oh,
we did.
those were so fun.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
did
know,
those.
yeah, yeah.
Those were ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I've been to a few of them.
There was one we did where we would when Matt went to the stand, we had to do it at Lucky Jack's.
Yeah.
And we did one which was fun. But there was one we did, and literally a female comic left. She was supposed to battle, and she was supposed to battle a potato.
Yeah.
She was Irish. And she was like, "This is ridiculous. I'm leaving." And the potato won because if you leave, your opponent wins.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the potato was crowned champion of
Yeah,
Project Comedy Mayhem.
That I wish we had like the little wrestling belts,
Yeah.
the little toy wrestling belts to put it on the potato.
The amount of ridiculous shit, because then there was the Muscle Fest.
Yeah.
You participated in,
Yeah,
which
but
we're grateful to.
I used to main event in Project Comedy Man.
And he was the main events.
Oh, that was the media versus the Jews.
Yeah, media versus Jews. That was great.
Yeah.
Some of the hardest ever killed was hosting.
Yeah.
Was
Oh no,
main
it's a
event
great
Project
room.
Comedy Man.
It was a great environment for comedy if you were there to laugh, but if you were there like cold and you were like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, that's why I think it was good on Staten Island because people like Staten Island, New Jersey. People are like, yeah, whatever.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Let's all burn it all down. But then,
Yeah.
like, as soon as you're on Manhattan, people are like, I'm gonna write for Ellen one day.
Yeah. But you will be surprised that out here it's also 50-50.
Really?
There are times.
I agree.
True.
I
There
absolutely
are
agree.
times with like the last Muscle Fest was for the festival,
Muscle Fest I
but
loved.
everybody was in on it, so
Yeah.
everybody gets it. But then we'll do one. There was one that we did. This is a couple of years ago. It was the second one we ever did. Right, the first time we ever did it was impromptu.
Yeah.
Right, because it was just an open mic during the first Fifth Borough Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
And then Greg got on stage, and it was really just a joke on the festival because I created an event called Muscle Fest and invited a bunch of people to it just to fuck with everybody, including the festival.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, fuck the festival. Like, we're going to do this thing on a Saturday night, and it's going to be like the rival version of it.
Yeah.
And people actually showed up, and then Greg just started yelling and screaming about Muscle Fest as we were doing the podcast. And then I joined them, of course, you know, because like I would do. And then we're hosting this mic, and we're screaming about cock fucking and like just all this nonsense. And then so the next one we booked was in like December of that year. This would be the Christmas show.
Yeah, which I took part in.
Yes, everyone was there, and a lot of people showed up thinking they were seeing a real comedy show. Like, where it was weird how if we booked any other show, like a real fucking live stand-up show, nobody would show up to this.
Yeah.
But, like, just by chance, people showed up to this event, and they got the worst fucking comedy show of all time.
Was that? I think I was out
You-
that one too.
you were there,
That was Christmas versus the Jews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the main event.
Yes. I think the roast battle portion went over okay.
Yeah, no,
Yes, the roast battle killed.
Yeah.
Muscle Fest did not. There was John Fox took off his shirt.
Oh, the
I remember that.
5 out of the 7 first performers got
Shirtless.
naked. Yeah.
You said you
People.
give them an extra minute, they take their shirt off.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
take their shirt off.
But
Yeah.
also, you're joking around. These psychopaths take you seriously,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, fucking Mike Kramer's shirtless, yelling in people's faces. I didn't like them. I liked the last one. I liked Muscle. I didn't, but I hated it for a long time. I was like, it's too much.
Oh,
I always agreed.
like
you don't like it very much, Mateo?
I know
was
Mateo's not a big Muscle
I'm
Fest
not
guy.
into muscle. I liked Project Mayhem.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Project Comedy Man.
There was
Yeah.
one night. There was one night we were here. You ever hear something like? There was one night I was here and I was hanging out with Farouk and Rob in my room, and I was high on shrooms, and I was fucking high as shit. And Rob and Farouk were just like, "What we're gonna do is we're gonna have everyone come out and play wrestlers. We're gonna do entrances. It's gonna be like a what's that show they do in the city? Stick or Treat, but only for wrestlers."
Yeah.
And I was just so fucking high, and I was so exhausted, and like I was already like just like out of my mind.
Yeah.
And like you ever had like an epiphany when you're like really high, and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? And then Robin Farouk, and I just like I'm like staring in space, and I hear Farouk going, and I could play the Iron Sheik, and Rob's like, you could play the Iron Sheik, and I'm just so fucking high, and I just go, oh my god, I gotta go. I gotta leave.
You kicked us out of the room.
Kicked you guys both out. I was
yeah.
like, guys, you gotta go. I'm fucking high as shit.
But it worked out.
It did. That's how we got. That's
Yeah.
how we came up with that idea for that.
That's more structured.
That's structured.
Because the other ones are just like guys yelling about muscles
And
that
cock
they don't
fucking.
have,
Cock
and
fucking.
and then I brought out Stone Cold Mark Austin, and
Yeah.
and Aaron Kaplan was Macho Man.
Oh, he nailed it. He
killed
really
it.
did. He destroyed.
That's a better version, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a.
Plus, we
fucking-
all like wrestling so much. That's what it is.
That's what it is. My
Yeah,
newfound my newfound love for AEW,
Yeah.
which is great.
Who's your favorite in AEW?
Oh man, I love Adam Cole.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Adam Cole. And I like MJF,
Yeah.
but Adam Cole, like, I fucking all day I'm watching fucking Adam Cole saying "baby."
I can watch that little man.
Just fucking. I find it so funny because he looks like someone. If you saw him in the street, you just fucking punch him in the face. when he walks around going fucking like, saying "baby" and boom, like who is this man? And then he comes out with his muscle, and it's just like this fucking weird looking Irish guy and this Bobby Fish who's maybe 5'2",
Yeah.
but they're unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all very good at
I
wrestling.
fucking love it, and I love MJF. I fucking I think he's gonna be a star. I think he's gonna be like where like The Rock is in like 20 years, like John Cena. I think, because I think WWE is going for that with Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah, he is their guy, like in terms of like their biggest star guy.
Yeah.
And they treat him that way and stuff. And they want him to be that for years. They just like were doing it wrong and everyone hated him.
Of course.
And now they've like figured it out.
Because he was a face for a while.
Yeah, he was a baby face that everyone hated, but he's like not like a likable guy. Like he's
Right.
cool, but he's not like likable.
Well, I when I got into it again, it was during the lockdown.
Yeah.
So and I knew of the Shield because I used to watch it a little bit, like when they first came out.
Yeah.
It was like 2014 or something like that. And I thought Roman Reigns looked cool,
Yes.
but and I thought the Shield gimmick was a lot of fun. And then I started to catch up on everything. And then there's that one year I think when he lost to Batista in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And Batista got booed.
Yeah.
So then the following year,
Batista.
Yeah. So then the following year was the Royal Rumble. Now Roman Reigns wins it, and he gets booed. So I'm like, then I thought it was just like a thing, like maybe they just boo the Royal Rumble winner every year now.
What happened was that everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win the year Batista won.
Right.
And then when they got to the 30 person, they figured out that Bryan wasn't even in the Rumble.
Yeah, it was Rey
Everyone
Mysterio.
just booed everyone in the Rumble. And the only reason that they booed Batista because he like won.
Yeah.
And at one point they were even cheering Roman.
Right.
Because they were like, he's the only one to save us from Batista.
Right.
And
Okay.
then the next year, like everyone kind of like knew like the next year they're gonna build up Roman Reigns. And then he got injured, and then like all the things that the cool things he's supposed to do to like bond with the audience, just other people did them instead. And then so when he came back and he won the Rumble, everyone's like, hey, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
And like everyone booed him and stuff.
But then that lasted for years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
like
he would,
the
like-
hate would.
Because he would like be in interviews being like, I don't care what the fans say, I'll just make money. Like he would say unlikable things.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes he would like win the fans back, and then they'd turn on him again. Like it was like a whole thing for like literal years.
Well, it felt like his whole thing felt forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why, like, when I was watching it, like, I had no dog in the fight because I wasn't really a wrestling fan. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, wow, this just seems like they're just, because they'll be like, the authority would attack him, and like, but everyone's cheering the authority because they don't like Roman Reigns. Like,
Yeah.
why am I supposed to root for this guy?
Yeah, very few people they would cheer Roman for. There was a whole storyline where Kurt Angle had like a black son. This guy Jason Jordan,
Yeah.
and the fans just hated that storyline.
Yeah.
Like, no one's like, Kurt Angle doesn't have a black son.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
you talking
It's
about?
ridiculous.
And like Jason Jordan was like this kind of like whiny character, so like they would cheer Roman to beat up Kurt Angle's black son, but like almost nobody else they would cheer for Roman against.
But now I think now he's the only thing
He's a villain
worth.
now, and they love him,
yeah, the tribal chief thing is like worth
Oh,
watching.
it's so funny.
But it's the only thing worth watching on the whole show.
Paul Heyman plays a character on the show where it's like where have I seen this? That's how good it is.
Yeah.
He's like calling him my tribal chief.
And Roman Reigns calls him wise man.
Calls him wise.
I want a
man.
wise man. I need a wise man in my life.
Like where is this from?
And now they've done it where like they've broken up and he's fired Paul.
Yeah,
Heyman.
yeah.
And Paul's back with Brock Lesnar. Like,
Right.
It's like this. Like it's like the acting that Paul Heyman does is like actual TV acting.
Yeah.
It's unusually good. And then like everything else they've just got like NXT used to be a really great show, and now it's just like just for retards.
What, NXT?
Yeah, NXT is bad. It's just like everyone on there is dumb. Like there's a guy named Braun Breaker, and he comes out and he breaks things on the way to the ring. Like, it doesn't make any. It's just
I like that.
it's real stupid.
It's like such, you are retarded.
They did a storyline where Drew McIntyre, he's a Scottish guy, and he like
Yeah.
shoved a sword into the GM's desk.
Right.
He carries a sword with him.
Yeah.
Can't do it. It's too dangerous. So the villains steal the desk with the sword in it. And they're like, haha, we've got his sword. And they can't pull it out of the desk.
Yeah.
So Drew comes to the ring, beats him up, and then easily pulls it out like it's fucking King Arthur.
Right.
Which is like, it's like, that's like for children. It's like, it's very bad.
It's
The,
for
the comparison between the two promotions is like it's not close. Like
Yeah.
you watch AEW and you're watching. At least I mean, look, I maybe it's because we grew up in the Attitude Era, you know, and like that's when you're into wrestling at that age, you know, and then you kind of break away for a while. But like I don't know, it's the closest thing to like WCW, WWE or F, whatever you want to call it, in the late '90s. Like even like I think we were talking before about like how they have such a wide roster.
Yes.
Like there's just so many of like between like even and they create their own guys like Darby Allin and
Yeah.
Hook and
My favorite guys are CM
MJF.
Punk from back like back in the day. Just I just loved he's all about like only doing it if it's like like he's not a fool,
Right.
And then Orange Cassidy is my other guy.
Yeah, and that's another
Pockets.
Yeah, he's just like a weird dude doing bits, acting too cool for everything.
Well,
I'm into that.
CM Punk, he's like legitimately like the new Stone Cold Steve Austin because he's kind of like he was the only thing worth watching. I thought like 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was.
He would have been that in WWE, and then they like didn't quite know how to like surrender enough.
Well, the difference
control.
between him and Austin was that Austin was a guy who the WWE got along with.
Yeah.
And CM Punk was really like that. Like,
Yeah,
where
he's actually kind of he's not drunk, but he's actually annoying. Like,
Yeah,
that type of thing. But like I don't know. I feel like he like had that like pipe bomb years ago where he like he's like nothing is real except for me. Like don't like worry about the brass rings. I feel like I have that in my head all the time. Like,
well, we know.
Like,
We've seen you.
Yeah, like but like with comedy stuff, we're like I don't know, like getting on like big things is like that's cool, but it's not everything. And like,
Of course,
yeah. Well, I don't understand why people wouldn't want to be that way.
Yeah.
But then it's I don't understand.
yeah, people want like I think they want like comedy to like validate their egos somehow.
Oh yeah.
so
we
many.
talk about it on this show all the time.
Which I think what I like about you guys is I feel like you guys are also like you don't care. I feel like
I care, but I don't
like
not.
to do it, but
yeah.
you're also not like I'm gonna
No.
fucking do these.
No, I
Yeah,
don't. Yeah,
I do.
mean,
I do anything I can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like it's weird because if everyone felt that way, it would just be now the race to the new version of that.
Right.
Maybe it's
Yes.
like,
Yes.
Like, but I
No,
kinda the same
there's
way.
so many kiss asses out there. So it's
Yeah.
like, ugh. You ever talk to some of them and just go like, oh, why are you talking to me? Like, not because, only because like, it's like, what do you want? Like, like
Exactly.
like, there's so many people that do that. I'm just
Yeah.
like, no, I'm the wrong guy.
well, some people's personality is geared that way.
Yes.
There's guys that are
Yes.
just
Yeah.
they could be in any field and
Yeah.
they would be successful at it because of like that's how they are. They genuinely enjoy people, and then there's people who just do it because this is like, oh, this is how it's done. I go to the show and then I hang out after the show and then I ask what you guys are doing now and we're going out to eat. I'm gonna hang out to go out to eat and then I'm gonna do the same thing the next night with 10 different people.
Like everyone rips Jared Schwartz, right? And he's very annoying.
Yeah.
But I do like Jared because he's naturally like that. He's
I like him too.
like
Yeah.
that's him.
There's something genuine about him that I find funny. Like even just like I was at some like the Brightside show, just sitting next to him, and he's just like, just being him. Just
Yeah.
What's that guy doing? Who's this? Well, like I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's like funny to me.
Right,
He's-
like
oh yeah, but he's like that.
if he was the other end, you'd be like, I would be like, nah, this guy's fucking faking it. Like,
Yeah.
like he would. I like the fact that he first off he genuinely is kiss assy.
Yeah.
So if he was like I'm not gonna kiss any ass, it's like, yeah, fuck you. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
And then there's people who are like,
Yeah.
I don't kiss ass. Meanwhile, they're the biggest kiss ass. There's so many of
The
those.
truth is, like, if you like something, say you like it. If you don't,
Yeah.
then who cares?
There's so many of those.
And there's
guys.
nothing wrong with
I'm the realest motherfucker there.
yeah.
No, you're not. You're the guy.
Yeah.
As soon as the mic ends, you're like hanging out, just like where we all going. Like, no, you're not that guy.
Nothing wrong with hanging out too if you like hanging out.
If you
but you're
like
not tight
hanging
with
out,
everybody,
well,
then
there
what
were
are you doing?
plenty of nights
Yeah.
where like I'll be out, like we'll be at a comedy setting, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, I'll hang out for a little bit if someone's there. But there's a lot of nights where I just like to do the work and
go home,
fucking
yeah.
leave. You
Yeah.
know, like
Some people they're like, I'm clocking in now.
yeah, some
Yeah.
people are just
oh,
like,
now it's the
yeah.
time. Yeah.
You were talking about the last time we did that, like about like all like you guys had like a bunch of weirdos that you liked.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like I was introduced to Jared Schwartz. Is he would walk in, they'd be like, Jared Schwartz can't write a joke. Like, a thing as soon as he walked in.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like he was like a weirdo that you guys knew, and then like so now when I see him like and he's like on like the OnlyFans thing, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, fucking good for him.
Yeah, she grabbed him.
Yeah,
like
good.
she got
Like,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, like he should be doing Mateo's job. I was like, I'm not letting it happen again. No offense, Mateo.
The first two had 30 guests. Ask Travis Green. He was on one of them.
What's that?
One of my shows. The one that was empty, right? Oh, was that his place?
What are you talking about?
What the hell? Oh, you're talking about Jared? Oh, Jared had a.
Yeah.
I did a show for Mateo's
Oh.
in the city. In
Yeah.
what is that? Little Italy?
Yeah.
Is that little? No one showed up. There was
No,
zero-
I did
zero
two
audience.
before that, Both times had 30 people.
So
show
I made a
up.
passing comment, I guess, that night that I did Jared Schwartz's show here.
Yeah, it was sold out.
And it was sold out.
It was.
And Mateo, out of nowhere, hears Jared Schwartz and thinks of retribution. Because
no, because you don't believe that. Had 30 people.
I believe you.
I
believe you.
You decide to bring this up now?
Yeah.
I thought I was making a reference
Now
to
you
it.
you have said so many bizarre things on this program.
I know.
That might have been the most bizarre
was just-
outburst.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Do you like Jared?
I do.
What do you like about him?
He's definitely a character. He's not crazy. He's not a whack pack, but he's definitely
Yeah.
annoying like I am, but on a whole different spectrum.
Very different way.
Yeah,
Definitely on a
yeah,
whole different spectrum.
yeah. That's what I'm trying to get with. Yeah.
Probably the same spectrum.
Yeah. Because some
Maybe.
people don't find the Jared Schwartz thing fun at all.
No, I don't like. No, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who, like don't like they come over to me like I'm his dad.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "What's up with fucking Jared, dude?" And I'm like, I don't know, like.
Like you're-
Then there's other people that are like really happy like about, and they come over to me like I'm his dad again. They're like, Jared's really killing it. And I'm like, I don't care.
Meanwhile, he has a dad, and that guy is
and
very funny.
I love
Uh,
Elliot Schwartz.
I love that guy.
What? Elliot Schwartz? Who's Elliot Schwartz?
That's
his
Jared's
father.
dad.
What's his? He
Is
trying
he-
to chill?
He's
Oh, he chills.
Yeah.
fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
Elliot
He's
Schwartz, is that guy successful?
huh?
Elliot Schwartz?
That's his real
That's his
dad.
dad.
His
Is,
dad.
is
Elliot
that a
Schwartz.
comic or actor?
No, it's his.
It's
father.
actually, well, Jared will say he's a comedian.
Okay.
That's the only thing I hate about Jared, that he'll reference. Well, not the only thing I hate about Jared, but the he'll be like, people ask him like, why did you become a comedian? He goes, well, my dad's a comedian, and people be like, well, where did your dad work? And he goes, well, he's not really a comedian. He just told jokes at my bat mitzvah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But
Yeah, he's
Bat mitzvah. It's a bar mitzvah.
I feel like back in the
He's
day,
a
like,
woman.
He didn't
I
really
know.
have like any like jokes, but he would like show up and he'd be like, "Y'all trying to chill?"
Yeah.
And then like the audience would make a reaction, then he would actually like accurately evaluate the reaction. Because
Yeah.
most people that like if they're like, they don't have like the joke writing ability yet, they like insulate themselves like from crowd reactions.
Right.
Where they're like, I'm actually killing. Whereas like he'd be like, "Y'all trying to chill?" And they'd be like, "Eh." And he's like, "All right, I'll get you later." Like,
Yeah.
like he actually has like a good read on the audience.
I like that. Yeah, like that first time you kill.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're just a dog who caught a car. Just
Yeah.
like, what do I do now? There was one time. I remember there was one time we did Alligator Lounge, and we were killing, right?
Yeah.
But no jokes, like just zero jokes, and because the host of the mic would get up and just be like a drunken lunatic.
What was the guy's name?
Chris Herkey
Oh,
was his
yeah.
name, and there was this comic who was complaining about it, but I always liked the host, and the comic was complaining about it, and then like I was like, he was complaining about the lighting at Alligator Lounge.
Are you for fucking real? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was complaining about the, and
Which
I-
for people if they don't know, it's Christmas lights.
It's
They're out
Christmas
there
lights,
all year
yeah.
round. I
And it's
don't
an
know why.
open mic, so I'm like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? So I go up there, and I'm just like, I started just ripping up the comic. I didn't even care. I don't know. He wasn't in the room, but I wouldn't care either way. At
Yeah.
the time, it was 24, so I was like very new,
Yeah.
out of my mind. So I'm like a fucking lunatic. So I didn't care. So I just start ripping them up, and we're crushing,
Yeah.
killing, and like the flow of like it's the first time I got like flow on stage, you
Yeah.
know, like where it's just like me up there, and then some guy heckles us, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, the two of you are the most unbookable motherfuckers, and that guy, I'm like, what the fuck, who said that? Then now there's a back and forth between that guy. Then there's two guys in the corner. They start yelling at us.
Yeah.
They start booing.
Yeah.
We walked out like villains.
Didn't think we could go back.
Did not think we could go back.
I had to take advice from Conrad Roth like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Where he was just like, not everyone hears everything that happens. And I was like,
That
oh,
makes sense. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
But he heard about it. He wasn't there. He wasn't at the alligator lounge.
Yeah,
Right.
because it was
Yeah.
because we went to Creek like a couple of days later, and I was like, I hope, because we were like 4 months in, but also twin acts, so people like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
who they knew too. So like, and like. And I was like, I hope really no one heard about this, you know, like, because it was
Yeah.
like kind of like a weird thing, because you know, like you do.
Well, also no one cares. That's the thing that,
Yeah.
when,
That
when
too.
what happens to you,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, everyone's gonna have an opinion on this, and then like when you get like a beef with somebody, and then other people hear about it, and they're kind of like, oh, I don't really.
Yeah, no one really cares.
Like even if it's like a
You
serious
know.
thing, people are like, oh, I kind of wasn't there.
And also, everyone's been there too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like something happened to a comic out here. I don't want to say who, but he had a rough set.
It's
out
on
here.
Patreon.
It's yeah, but it's not really on Patreon. We released the episode, and he had a really rough set out here, and he got into a fight on stage.
Yeah.
And he felt badly about it, like, and I was just like, dude, like, it's like, try not to let that happen, but it does happen. Like, I've been there. Like, everyone's been there where you get into
a fist fight.
Almost, yeah,
wow.
yeah. It had to be like, everyone, he had to be walked. He walked out, like, people, it was crazy, I was like, everyone's been there, like anytime you embarrass yourself on stage. I mean,
that's just so. Fun
I always think about that. I know, right? Like, I always think about that. Like, every time you're in like a deli or something like that, or like a crowded area, do you ever think about, like, I'm the only person here that publicly humiliates myself on
all the
regular
time,
basis,
absolutely all the time,
voluntarily.
Yeah, constantly.
Like, no one else has that feeling.
Where I do feel like you like overexpose yourself to being embarrassed, and then like you just don't feel it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Like, you could be doing a set for 20 minutes, and there's something in that set that you're going to say that is going to be you'll be killing. You'll be doing your act. There's going to be something that you go off the script for a second that you're going to say, and you're like, what the fuck did I just say? Let me shit we've said over the years. I'm just like, what the fuck?
And sometimes that's still even doing good comedy. Sometimes people still like it, and you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. But like,
yeah, of course.
Well, there's probably jokes in everyone's act that they don't like. Like that you do just for numerous reasons to fill time or whatever. I don't know, like unless you're like in a crowded area full of magicians, those guys are bad.
Like, they embarrass themselves.
Yeah, they're the only people that can relate, I guess. There's bands. I don't know, like fucking. It's getting back to what's going on with your phone.
I don't know. I think it's Instagram or whatever.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's Instagram. Oh,
Who is it?
it's actually Scott Holt.
Okay.
Scott Holt says thank you. Stop. Says do you want to do a sexy man calendar? Stop. Hee haw.
Scott Holt.
We're talking about regret of jokes and bad freezing.
Do you regret a joke?
No.
Hell yeah.
What? No.
My man stands behind everything he's ever said.
Even Hufflepuff on my dick.
I had to be there to get to where I am now.
Yeah, I do like the Hufflepuff on my dick joke.
Thank you.
That a lot of people like that joke.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I've aged out of that joke.
I don't think you have.
No, because I wrote that when I was 18, and now I'm 25.
How old are you now, Pep? Oh, 25.
Yeah.
Pepe's 20. Like, Pepe's 25. I call him Pepe.
He's gonna be Salt and Pepe in a little while.
He looks like a Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe.
Just Pepe.
Just Pepe.
It's Pepe.
I just think like if my uncle met him, like, he'll be like, what's that guy you hang around with? Pepe.
Makes sense.
I had to explain
Makes
him
sense.
to people, which is very difficult to explain.
So you aged out of Hufflepuff on my dick?
Yeah, I've been reworking the jokes. I can show you the lineup on the computer.
How are you reworking Hufflepuff on my dick?
No, I put that in the retired file.
Oh, all right.
Now, do you write, Mateo? Do you write?
Constantly.
Do you think he doesn't write? He probably all he does is write old.
He writes a
I
manifesto.
I have my joke list and my memoir in here.
Would you do a half hour? Like, why don't you do it like Mark did with the Christmas special?
I'm not doing it now, but I'm preparing.
Do it
for
12. But so Mark did. He didn't do. You didn't do outside of a couple of jokes toward the
You
end.
did mainly crowd work.
But you did a special that was like.
We decided we were going to do a Christmas special, and then I like spent the next like 4 weeks just like workshopping material.
You did like a special.
Yeah.
You know.
No,
Why don't you do that? Like it's Mateo.
No, I wanted to. I'm gonna do
Do an
that.
Easter special.
No, I have my own special like that. What Mark did planned. I have my. I have
nice
some
to have
planned,
one.
but I'm not
It'd
gonna
be
say
nice to
what
have an
they
Easter
are.
special.
You didn't even see Mark.
You didn't even see Mark.
I have the idea of like that like niche special idea,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna make it public because you don't know who has ears to take.
Pepe. I don't think you give this much thought, Pepe.
I did. I'm not saying what they are because I don't want ideas stolen.
Who's gonna steal your ideas? Wait, this is on Patreon, and we have
I-
no
I-
subscribers.
Whatever. It's my privacy, and I'm keeping it that way.
keep it private. All right.
I will show you off air.
All right. Don't. Okay.
I just realized how awkward that sounds.
Yeah. Well.
There
There you go, Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe's gonna show me off air. Drinking that Pellegrino.
I finished.
Yeah, what's in that Pellegrino there? You're very on edge
wired.
today.
Oh,
You
no,
don't
it's-
seem hydrated.
I had a violent seizure this morning, so.
Oh, don't bring down the mood, Pepe.
Well, you fucking asked.
You
Feeling okay?
Yeah, I took the medication to stop it. It went away, and now
Good,
I took
okay.
an hour nap, and I feel healthy.
How did the seizures come on?
They just randomly hit.
Yeah.
I really was hoping you were gonna say I had violent diarrhea.
yeah. What a disappointment.
Can we talk about the stickers on your laptop?
Yeah.
What do you
Why?
got? Can I see them?
Yeah.
All right, so who are they?
Totally
Totally
spies.
This is my best friend. Blank Indian man
you got
kissing a
Sailor
guy.
Moon.
Yeah. Teen Titans.
Teen Titans. What's the girl
Avatar.
kissing the Indian
Avatar:
guy?
Last Airbender.
Okay.
That's all right.
I thought that was you was into interracial relationships.
Whatever.
Do you like this?
Not really.
Interracial?
No, I mean they're fine, but not for pornography.
really.
No, I mean like
Just got
I'm not
caught.
into it in
That's
porn.
it, Mateo.
I'm trying to make this.
Once that 12-minute special that you will show me off air.
I'm trying to say I'm not into that category of porn.
and porn,
Once
yeah.
you upload that
But
to
you're not against
YouTube.
I'm
Not
not against
it in life.
Not against
Nah,
it in
not
life.
it's only in commercials, only in TV
Shut up.
commercials. You get annoyed.
I
Everyone
didn't-
knows you go
Do you like
wild.
only white porn, or do you want?
No,
the
I
races
like
just
women of
be-
color. I have a specific criteria.
I can only watch American porn. I can't watch.
I love Hispanic.
Like I was watching Canadian porn once. I took it off immediately.
How do you know it's Canadian?
Because a boat. Could tell.
Yeah.
They were really polite during the ass
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, I can only watch American porn.
I don't like accents. I can't do the yeah.
Yeah, no.
Unless it's like Chatterbait.
I
or
can
something.
watch an American fuck a
Yeah.
foreigner, but I can't watch two foreigners fuck.
I could do it. I could figure it out.
Take it off immediately.
Yeah, just mute it. Just put it on mute.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I want to.
Yeah, that's what you can do.
No.
So
I don't know why porn is always so much louder than videos on YouTube.
wait, you watching porn on YouTube?
No, you're saying the porn videos are louder, like the volume,
the
Yeah,
volume's
it's so loud.
than YouTube.
Because they want.
Oh, because they want you to get caught. They want
they want you to
teenagers to
get
get caught by their parents.
Okay.
You ever get caught, Mateo?
No, I was very slick about it.
Mark, you ever get caught?
Yeah, like once. Like my mom opened the door for a second, then closed it real
Yeah.
quick.
Oh, that's getting
Which
caught.
is-
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
that's rough.
caught. I got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was like 20, 18. I don't remember.
I think I
I was
know the
coming-
story.
I can't-
Watching porn or like.
Got caught the whole thing.
Yeah.
I got caught. Him and I shared a room at the time.
catch you?
No, he
I
didn't
wasn't
catch
even
me.
in the
He-
room.
He was,
I was out.
no. What's it called? No, you were in the room. You were sleeping.
I was home.
yeah, you were sleeping.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
hot.
came home fucked up. I was drunk, and it was like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, he was sleeping. I had a laptop. You know, separate beds. And
that clears it up. I don't make it weird or anything. I thought it
You
was
guys ever share a bed?
no.
no.
You're sharing a couch.
Well, right now.
Right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, we shared this futon
Yeah.
when we lived here.
So I came home and I had I took out the laptop and I was looking up Trish Stratus porn. So I was young. I was like 19, so I really thought Trish Stratus was a porn star. And I popped up this video and you know I start jerking off. I sit like I'm sitting
gorilla?
like a gorilla, just
Jerking it, yeah.
jerking off. And it's like 3 in the morning, and my mom walks in. And okay, like one parent, fine.
At 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. My dad is right behind her,
Sounds hot.
and they're handing me a fucking phone, and I have my dick in my hand. I put away my dick. They're just ignoring it. By the way, they didn't even
They probably couldn't see it.
it was dark. And my friend is on the phone calling me. My mother's like, it's Dom, and my friend Dom. It's Dominic. He's in trouble, and I'm like,
And not as much trouble you're about to be in.
I'm like, okay. So I take the phone. I go in the next room, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want? And he's like, my tire blew out. I'm like, wasn't interfering with blowing my load right now. But I'm like, yeah. He's like, could you come get me? I'm like, dude, because I'm fucked up. I'm drinking. You know, I just drank and shit. He's like, oh, okay. But could you do help me out? I'm like, I gotta go. Literally got me caught masturbating. You fucking selfish asshole. Then I go in their room. I knock like a human being does, and I go in their room and they're like clearly discussing what they just saw.
Yeah.
And I go, I go, hey, your phone, and they're like, yeah, like, what happened? Hey, is he okay? I'm like, oh no, he's good. Just go back to sleep. And I hear my dad just go like, he's probably gonna go back jerking off like, to my mother. And I'm like, what was that? What did you say? And then I went back to just fucking masturbating. I just went back to jerking off.
How did your friend Dominic get home?
Rob, you act like he's not our friend, Rob.
He isn't. I'm trying to host the show.
I'm
trying to host the show. That's what Byron Allen, my hero.
I just like how you were like, I wasn't in the room.
I thought I wasn't in the room.
Fucking clearly was. What do you think? I'm an animal. I didn't care. What's it gonna do?
I thought I was fucking downstairs.
I
Out cold.
Having sex a couple times. One of them, I had like a railroad style apartment in New York.
Yeah.
It was like where my roommate has to walk through my room to get to his room.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was having sex with this girl. I was like from the back, like getting her.
Yeah.
And then I just finished, and then I can hear him coming in, and I have like 30 seconds to like figure out before he like walks into the room. And I'm like, I either need to yell, "Don't come in, I'm busy" or something, or I could just throw the blankets over us and play it off.
Right.
And I was like, I'm playing it off. And then the second I do it, and he opens the door, and I see his face, I'm like, oh, wrong move. I should have just said. I should have just awkwardly been, I'm in here. But like he was like, because he seemed very upset to just like.
What? I always heard about these railroad apartments. Like, where are they located, neighborhood wise?
Well, you're kind of in one right now where like this was.
Yeah.
We can't describe what rooms we're in because it's on audio.
Yeah, I know, but like.
Well, you can watch it on the.
Oh, so
they'll know. Yeah.
Yeah.
This room shakes.
Yeah, this room used to be like Rob lived in this room, and then you had to walk through Greg's room to get to this room.
Yeah.
So this could happen to you guys.
Oh, that's a railroad
Not
apartment.
anymore.
That's called a railroad apartment.
Well, it's some similar principle.
But
This is in East Harlem.
I wouldn't care if a friend walked in on it.
Yeah, well, I didn't care so
But
much,
a woman.
but he cared. It seemed to bother him.
Well, of course,
yeah.
he should be walking in the fucking. No, he had to walk. He had
It's
to
his
walk
area.
to his room. Yeah.
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 That I would be.
Why didn't you just rent the hotel room like a cheap motel?
What? No.
What? That's his apartment.
Because it was a consensual sex with a woman probably his age. Now, if it wasn't.
No, but if you know that's a situation, you want privacy.
I was 24. I didn't know he was coming home at that time.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
there's nothing you can do about that.
Nothing you can do about that.
No, but if I know if I'm coming home with a woman, I live with my parents. Hypothetically, I'm making sure.
You should fuck her on the kitchen table. That's what you should do.
No, I want that is a fantasy, but in reality, I got
The
a
hell's
cheap,
the matter with you,
a
you
cheap
sick
motel.
Why would that be a fantasy?
But why would you fantasize about doing something like that?
Kitchen table. Oh, wait. What
In
was
front of your parents, I meant.
No.
Okay, because that's what I said, and I knew. Yeah, I knew that wasn't what you meant. Yeah, because that's
no. Wait. You said
that's-
it's a kitchen table, right?
yeah on top of a kitchen
No,
table.
I wasn't thinking
But
that.
I said that you should fuck a woman in front of your parents on top of the kitchen table.
Oh,
and
I wasn't.
you
I heard.
Initially,
I didn't.
immediately
I didn't hear
said,
that.
That's a fantasy of mine. So now
No,
that
just the
puts in my
kitchen.
head.
Just the kitchen table, not my parents.
Okay, good. All right.
Well, do you guys live at home now? Is it,
Yeah.
I'm back. Yeah.
Do you guys would you guys feel weird bringing like women home?
I
or-
want-
Absolutely,
care.
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't care.
It makes me feel so shameful.
We have a very private sector of the house too,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
like it doesn't really
so they're
matter.
not-
I never really cared.
Yeah,
I never really cared.
Yeah,
I do. It's all about keeping appearances.
I don't know whose feelings I should consider, like the girl or my parents, but it doesn't.
Both.
I don't care. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. Yeah, and I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not looking for love,
That is true.
even though I'd be a great dad. I still say, I would be a really. I would
You
be
can
a,
always
What
adopt.
dad qualities do you have?
if I had a kid,
Yeah.
Huh?
that kid would love me, and that's the dad quality.
Totally disagree.
That kid would fucking eat me
I
up.
think he'll barely like you.
Nah, that's not true at all. Nah.
That is. I think if you have kids, I think that rips away. They expose all the terrible.
See, you would be a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
dad.
That is.
Yeah.
That's what
That you
psychologists
have.
claim.
Yeah.
because you have no patience for them.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think if you have kids, they just expose everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's psychologically proven.
If I had a kid, that kid would fucking eat me up, like
What?
every day.
That's beautiful.
No,
No, I'm telling you.
no.
No,
you-
man.
I'll show you. I'm gonna have a kid.
Yeah,
like,
it's
in a
just
year.
hot.
I will have a kid out of spite,
Okay.
just to show you
Just
how
to
much.
prove me wrong.
In 5 years, that kid's gonna fucking love me.
You'll be miserable. You'll be bald.
Oh, I don't care about
There's
that.
There's
Yeah.
nothing funnier than when like a young guy has a kid, like it was like a young guy in like his early 20s, and
Yeah.
he gains like 50 pounds. Like you ever see that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like when a young guy in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
early 20s, they start gaining weight. Like
Yeah.
I find that so
that's
funny.
for sure would have that could still be me now if I had like a kid tomorrow. I would just like.
Well, you're 30, right?
Yeah, I'm 32
You're
now,
32.
yeah.
We're at the age where
Yeah.
it's appropriate for us to have children. We should have children.
Yeah, it gets weirder every year when you don't.
There's like if I accidentally knocked up a girl,
Yeah.
and like if I was like upset with her and be
Yeah.
like, if I was like, hey, you need to get an abortion, I'd be totally in the wrong because I'm 31. I should
Yeah.
have a kid.
You can't pull like but my future thing. It's like, well,
Right.
you had the future.
Yeah.
We're in the future.
You're there.
The future is now.
It's like you gotta
That's like the student. You ever you took out student loans?
What?
Did you ever take out student loans?
No.
Okay, well, I took out student loans,
Yeah.
right? And I used to do a deferral, or whatever. Fuck. And I would always think about when like I had to pay them back, and
Yeah.
it was like you do a 6-month fucking pause on the loans, then it'll be a 12-month or whatever. And then after a while, I started to realize, like, as time went by, like we're in like the time period where you're supposed to pay your student loans.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like we're in the future. We're supposed to have children.
right.
Yeah, but like I don't.
Yeah, I don't think about
Yeah.
it until every when the holidays come around. I'm kind of like, oh, I probably should have done.
The worst is like when you get really fucking drunk. Yeah, like it's usually around the holidays, and you're just like, I gotta do something with my life. It's like, no, you don't. Just fucking stop.
Yeah.
Just like there's gotta be. Maybe I should have a kid. It's like,
Oh no, that's a bad
But
idea.
then you think about the women
terrible
that you've been
idea.
involved with recently, and you're like, yeah, no.
No, yeah, you have no good candidates.
That would have been a disaster.
that would be terrible.
You know-
That's a terrible idea. It's never a good idea, really.
You gotta wait. Like even Gilbert Gottfried had kids.
Yeah.
You
Right,
know?
look at
Like
him.
that's the inspiration. Like he's like 60. Yeah,
Yeah.
Letterman had a kid at like 55.
Were the women younger?
What?
Were the women younger than they were?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, and that's even better. See, they held out. They were good.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, Mark, Greg, and I have also clarified that we don't kiss ass in this business.
No,
So
no,
the chances
you do
of
not.
being fucking David Letterman,
dude.
all into none.
Although there is really nothing more pathetic than seeing like a 65-year-old chasing around a 4-year-old around a playground, and the 4-year-old's calling him dad. That is a little like, like
I've been there.
like
you
you're
been there?
not. You're 25.
No,
Mateo.
my father's really
Oh,
old.
your father's old.
He was the little boy. running
Oh
around the
shit! No, your
playground.
father's not that old. What are you
I
talking
bet you
about?
dad. Your dad. That
How old's your father?
I was. Yeah.
55.
What the fuck are you?
Looks 70.
It does not. I met your dad.
your
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say he's 70, and I was gonna say he looks like 55.
Okay.
He looks great for his. He looks great for
Okay.
any age.
Your
I guess.
Your father had you how old?
33.
He's yeah. That's exactly. Well, you're not.
All
that's
right.
age.
that's the right age.
Yeah, no, you're right. That does make sense. I'm not good at math.
Maybe you're referring to maybe your granddad. Maybe,
No,
At the
I,
part
Pardon, Papa.
but that would be a like people would assume correctly. That's your
no,
grandson.
you know, the reason I got this wrong is my grandfather on my father's side had my father when he was 60.
Why would you get this wrong in general? Why would you
Because
make
it's-
such a mistake?
Because when I think of my grandfather on my father's side, I don't think of him as like a grandfather. I think of him as a Ethiopian colonizer.
Well, that's how I thought about my granddad too.
Well, he was.
I used to think about my
And
grandfather
Never
as
thought of anyone as an Ethiopian.
Ethiopian
No.
colonizer.
Colonizer.
Yeah,
that was not in my
Did he
vocabulary.
colonize Ethiopia?
Yeah, under Italian government
Oh
fascist.
damn.
I can't believe he did that.
Whatever. It was.
I can't believe it.
He had no choice.
Pepe.
It was
Yeah.
join or be shot.
That's a
I
Pepe
can't believe he
moment.
did that.
Why the fuck did I say that?
I have no idea.
You
Yeah,
have a
Patreon, people are getting crazy.
I know.
Yeah, you're
You're cracking up.
You're cracking up here. We gotta calm you down.
Yeah.
I know.
You walked in here. We were like, Mateo's becoming more and more normal, and now you're back to the old Mateo, which I do like.
I
It
enjoyed
comes
this.
in cycles, waves of
Certainly
like.
does.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and how was your holidays, by the way?
Are you talking to me or Mark?
You.
Oh, it was really.
What'd you do for New Year's Eve?
We went to this restaurant. My father knows the owner. It's a really great meal. It was beautiful.
See, I knew he had plans.
I knew we had plans.
Because I was gonna be like, we wanted to invite over Mateo to Chris's place where we went, but I knew he had. I didn't have to worry about him. Our old producer,
Yeah.
John Zombie.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Our old producer, this guy John Zombie, he put out a Facebook Live video on New Year's Eve counting down the video, and he was by himself. Could you pop it up?
Yeah, please. Let's let the world hear this.
And listen,
did you save it on your phone?
it's on Facebook. He was. He's by himself. It was the most saddest thing.
Hey, wait, I'll shut up and I'll play.
It was, and you know, we
Yeah, give it to me first.
and like you met John, yeah.
I met him, yeah.
Well, he was at New Year's Eve with us like couple of years ago. I would have invited him out. But also he's very he doesn't really like to socialize
at all.
I don't very quiet. 'Cause I remember hearing him on like the old Greg and Rob show.
Yeah,
He would be on that sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that's the guy that was on.
that's
thing.
the fella. Yeah, and it was a moment where he was by himself, and he was drunk, dangerously drunk.
Let me get
Do you
this.
got the video?
Let me find it. Hold on.
It's
Keep-
probably
keep
on his
going.
Facebook.
Well, it's kind of sad because I remember John when he was at Pat's thing a few years ago for New Year's. He was so happy.
He was so
He's such
happy.
a happy guy. And now, I mean,
I remember that day.
Here's the video. Yeah, let Mateo do it.
Just press play. Well, you gotta let Mark
Let
see
let
it.
Mark see it.
The visual is very important for the
Yeah.
listening audience. We'll probably
Could you see it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
He's staring into the camera.
Can he hit the thing so we all can see it?
Yeah, let's all see
It's
it.
so fucking funny.
He's counted down. He has decorations for some reason. He has a
Bud
Bud Light,
Look how intense he chugs the Bud Light.
and he does this for another at least minute here.
How this doesn't end in a gunshot?
I have no idea.
I have no clue.
The sadness.
You can read his entire face.
But this is the part, like, you know, if there was a documentary made about this man, this will be shown, and this will be the part where they'll be like, he spent New Year's Eve alone.
Which he used to reveal all the time. He used to say there was a couple of New Year's Eves where he passed out like at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, if you're gonna do New Year's alone, you gotta pass out at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
you
you-
can't see it through the
But he
midnight.
wouldn't even know.
You
it was,
sleep it
he
off.
wouldn't even know it was New Year's Eve. So
Now,
much.
maybe there's something behind this. Maybe he had COVID.
I have no idea. Maybe I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope he was not.
I hope he's not a strong, healthy man. I mean, clearly, he not
Second
mentally.
drink.
Why did he put up decorations?
For who? I would love for people to appear from the.
The sad thing is this might have gotten maybe 7 views.
I got 7 views and not one person wished him a happy New Year back.
Yeah, that's another thing. On the comments, are there any comments on it? No, right?
Nah, there's no comment.
You know there aren't.
On the
Yeah, that's brutal.
it's pretty bad. I mean, look, we've all had like New Year's Eves where it was like pretty pathetic because like you're with the people you're with.
yeah.
But zombie, come on.
I know. I'm titling that John Zombie's New Year's.
Find a bar.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to like, because if you're by your like, I get the inclination of like you're by yourself and you want to connect through some sort of like social media thing,
Right.
But like it's not.
I wouldn't do
It's so sad.
It looks sad.
Poor zombie.
I know.
We gotta have him on the show.
We got to. We got
I
to.
thought didn't you guys used to have a feud or something? I'm vaguely remembering.
Him
I
and
don't-
Mateo
I don't
did
have a
not
feud
get
with him.
along.
I don't have a problem with him.
Mateo doesn't have a problem. And
Yeah.
Zombie has told me the same thing. He doesn't have a problem with Mateo.
He
Wasn't
clearly
there
does.
Something like you took a shit in his house or something.
No,
Yes.
I washed my hands.
Oh, you
Yes.
washed. What happened?
I washed my hands.
No.
No, I took a
You
shit.
took a shit
Yeah.
at his house.
And then you washed your hands. That doesn't seem like.
And
a bad
then,
thing to
well,
do.
what I was doing to Zombie was, I would have Mateo over,
Mhm.
and Zombie had little to no patience for Mateo.
Yeah.
And then James Pontillo would come over, and he was unbearable.
Yeah.
So this poor John Zombie, this poor zombie, was just getting railroaded from each end. Mateo will be by, fucking Pantello will come by. Then every now and then have Terra Nova or Conrad Roth, and they would yell and scream in Zombie's face about no.
Well, he revealed the only
nonsense.
person he had a problem with was Pontillo.
Pantello, yeah.
That because I saw him I saw Zombie recently before that pathetic video, and he was in much higher spirits, and he said that the only person he would not want at his place is Pontillo, which is why Pontillo's never been here too, because he's pretty he's
bad company.
No, he's good company. He does stupid shit around people's plate. He would eat John Zombie's ice cream bars. He ate 4 of them. And there's a pack of 6. You know snacks. Snack guy. And there was a pack of 6, and he ate 4 of the 6.
Yeah, that's
and
too many.
Zombie was like, I just bought those. And he had a point.
It's money, and they're expensive.
And they're not. Yeah, it's not like they're cheap. And he doesn't he has. He has a decent job. But it's not like he's killing it.
Yeah.
And the guy wants to have his ice cream bars, and fucking this maniac is eating, and no one's noticing that he's eating all the ice cream. So he was he can't come by anymore.
Yeah.
And then what?
Pontillo himself, he shouldn't be eating so much ice cream.
Oh no, yeah, no,
Of course not.
No, but he's so obnoxious that he does it on purpose.
Yeah, he probably was full after the second one.
And he thought he made up for it by buying pizza once. And
Oh, yes.
yeah, I guess. I
See,
think he bought.
you got to buy the actual new ice cream again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
It's I
replace
bought
it.
pizza, and we were like, no one's
Yeah.
hungry. We're not. Yeah,
I eat a lot of it. I most of it.
that was you were
Well,
there.
He
I
won
forgot,
Mateo
yeah.
back with that, but
Yeah.
Mateo,
Everybody else.
I think it was mostly shtick with Mateo, but then I know he was obviously annoyed with him at
Yeah.
certain
Certain
points.
things.
I think it was a lot of shtick.
I feel like it too.
Not being nice. He fucking hated you.
Whatever. I don't really think about him.
if he was here, what would you say to him?
I'll just be courteous. I really don't hate him.
They don't even.
Do you have a message for him?
I texted him twice to get him on my podcast. He doesn't want to do it.
Mateo texted him, "Happy New Year."
See, that's what you should have. You should have saw the
Should
video.
have reached out. You should have invited him to that fancy restaurant.
I didn't see that video when it came out.
Yeah, when when he posted that video, the next it was made my New Year's Day.
Yeah.
It was a good way to start off the year.
It was
'Cause it's so fucking funny. I mean, obviously it's a little sad.
It's tragic. It's a Greek
It's
tragedy.
not, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
It's not Greek tragedy level. It's just more
He
like
didn't kill his wife. And
yeah. No,
He would have if you saw his face in the video.
you saw how intense he looked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's very.
Has anyone rung in the New Year that intensely?
Probably
sure.
Sinbad
Yeah.
when he blew up that building in the 90s.
Do you keep bringing that up?
I love that. Oh my God, I love
up.
that. They did that.
That was a Los Angeles feed of the New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah, no, they did it in Los Angeles and then again in Philly. They blew up a building instead of a ball drop.
Ah, okay, all right, gotcha.
I hate the ball drop thing.
Uh,
It sucks. All these people just fucking in the cold for no reason. I hate it. So
well, that was
much.
the
never
the
go
funny
to
thing.
it.
They were like, we're not going to shut it down because
yeah.
because of COVID. Meanwhile, people are in the cold. Fucking, it's 20 degrees out. So people aren't going to get sick.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't mind the. I would never go.
Yeah.
But you
Going
gotta
to
have
that
it.
Is
no,
I'd shut it down.
I would never go.
no chance of ever.
You would shut
going
it
to that.
down.
That's something I would say. I'll shut
I'm
this
just like a hater
fucking
on
down.
it. I think it's a dumb thing for dumb people.
Get
I just
rid of
hate
it.
Well, you ever go to the hot dog eating contest?
Coney Island?
No,
Coney
I
Island?
haven't gone to that.
No.
They televised that, right?
My roommate Matt, he's
big into
so
it. Yeah,
into
yeah.
He had it on this year. He was.
Oh, you
excited for it.
you have no patience for it at all?
I think it's hard. I'm open to it, but my thing with it is that I feel like you can't follow it because you can't
What, all year round?
you can't film it, because you can't watch these guys one at a time eat hot dogs. It's it's hard. As an actual viewing experience, I find it difficult to watch.
Well, it only focuses on Joey Chestnut and whoever happens to be
Yes,
sitting next to him.
sure.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
He's really just competing against himself now.
Yeah,
No, Kobayashi still does it.
No, he
If
doesn't.
you're watching football,
does.
you can watch everyone
In
run
Japan.
around. You can see the thing, but you
Yeah,
can't
of
really watch
course.
the hot dog eating.
No,
No,
they go from.
but hold on. Pepe,
Kobayashi still does.
he doesn't do the 4th of July.
No,
one.
he does eating, professional eating still.
I'm sure he does, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
banned
Eating,
from
but-
Coney Island. I
No.
was there when he got
We were
arrested.
there. Yeah,
I was there.
When he got
We-
arrested.
He got
Yeah.
arrested.
You
He,
guys go see the hot dog in person?
We
2010.
certainly did.
Yeah.
Oh, was
What
it
do you
fun?
what do you get arrested
Terrible.
for?
One of the worst fucking days I ever
It
had.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't meet expectations.
We woke up at fucking 5 in the morning. My friend,
very
we
early.
were hanging out the night before.
We're right. We would live right here.
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes
It
away.
was like 15 minutes on Coney Island.
So there was no reason to wake up that early.
Yeah,
There
my
was,
friend
like,
was just
zero
so
reason.
fucking excited because he wanted to go in
We
the
all
front.
were. We all were.
I was not.
You were.
We had Mountain Dew. We had a case of Mountain Dew because we were drinking the night before, so we had Mountain Dew.
I bought. At the time, there was a Mountain Dew.
Must be a big Mountain Dew guy. That's the one that I kind of miss.
Yeah, you can't really drink.
Matt drank one early this morning for some reason.
Yeah.
He had the
He's so
booster
lucky.
2 days ago, so he's been like sick from the
Yeah.
booster. So today he woke up and just drank a Mountain Dew in the morning.
Yeah,
which is I think a crazy person move. But
that's why I used to start the morning with Mountain Dew all the time.
Yeah, all the
college.
time,
Yeah, all the time.
yeah, because
No, why?
Bayless.
Yeah, Skip Bayless.
I used to drink the Mountain Dew Kickstart sometimes when I had this office job.
Yeah,
Are the small ones?
No, it's like a breakfast Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
It's only a little disgusting.
Nah,
Yeah.
I used to drink the just a regular Mountain Dew, and then that morning, because at the time I was in school, and that's how I started my mornings off every day. Anyway, I bought a whole case of Mountain Dew to go to Coney Island, but I got a different brand of it. It was like one of those like weird like Mountain Dew like Fresca. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the real Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And so nobody was drinking it, and it was like
Piss warm.
5:30 in the morning, and it was already at that time like 85 degrees.
wow.
Yeah. And then just we walk, we get to Coney Island, we see the guy, the guy that does the announcements.
Yeah.
He's there way before we were. Like he must have been there from 3:30 in the morning, and he's just going over his shit, and he comes running over to like my group of friends, and some like fucking 300-pound
fat
kid. Who's like probably the biggest fan of hot dogs. I don't think he was really there for the competition. And,
He's
like
there for the hot dogs.
yeah, he's just there for the hot dogs. And he goes, and we just meet him, and he's talking about the Mountain Dew with us.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, real Dew fan. We got Code Red. And I'm like, all right, dude, I don't know what the fuck. And this guy, the guy George Shea,
Yeah.
that's his name, comes over to us. He goes, hey guys, guess what? You guys are the first people here. And at that moment, if you don't feel like the biggest loser on the planet, I don't know, you might spend New Year's Eve by yourself in 12 years. But like, he comes over to us, and he's like, you guys are the first people here. Why don't you come through this gate? And like, he's Willy Wonka. He opens the gate himself with a key that we could easily all hop, except for the overweight fat kid. He opens the gate, and we walk in. He's just showing us. He's like, and this is what's going to happen right here. He's like stage directing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're like, all right, oh, that's so cool. And the fat kid is like, this is so awesome,
He's like,
dude.
this is great.
He's like, can I get a Mountain Dew? He just puts his big fat hand in our
He
case.
didn't even fucking. He just goes, "Can I get a Mountain Dew?" No one even said yes. He just fucking stuck his giant hand, his
And we're all-
greasy fingers.
Already, this is not, like I said, it does not meet expectations.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was gonna have a really good time, and now this fat fuck is with us.
It's fucking hot as shit.
and we're looking at him, and we're like, we're never shaking this
no,
guy.
I'm never get rid of him.
So then, like, people start to crowd in, but it's not crowded. It's like
Yeah.
it's like maybe an hour later, and there might be like I would say 600 people there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a lot, but like when you, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it gets now it's like 95 degrees, and it's like 7 in the morning ish, and the fat kid rips his shirt off. Like he takes his shirt. Yeah. And everyone around us is now shirtless, except for me, Greg, and my 2 friends.
Yeah.
He goes,
But the fat kid
the
just
fat kid goes. The fat kid turns to me and goes, "I'm thinking about popping off my shirt." And I thought he was like kidding because he was like huge. And he's like, and I'm like, haha, funny. And literally just fucking shirt comes off, fucking giant fucking man
skin
titties,
tags and
skin
hair.
tags, disgusting.
The
body.
worst fat
just repulsive
body I've ever seen.
He's like, man, fucking so refreshing. you
Yeah,
know?
he says no point of being uncomfortable. That's what he said.
yeah.
So then,
him.
yeah, now it's just like, and there's, this is like 7 in the morning. So there's 5 hours. This thing starts
Yeah.
at 12, and there's 5, and it's already like the gates. You're in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, more hours go by, and they got performances, and we watched that guy Judson, whatever his name is, the Evolution of Dance guy.
Yeah,
and
that
he
guy.
just killed, and everyone's like cracking up at him.
Loving
and the
him.
fat kid really fucking loved him. Then the fat kid somehow, I don't know how this happened. He had friends that were able to make their way in to the gate. I don't know how this. He had like 2 friends, and they were obviously just as large as he was.
He was like, "This is my crew.
This is my friend." He's like, "These are my friends," and then that's how we shook him. We got rid of him.
Yeah.
Like he had friends that came by. We were like, all right, this guy's gone. So a couple more hours go by, and then ESPN's there. We got on television somehow.
Yeah, Rob was on TV.
Yeah. Like we didn't get interviewed, but I was like in the background. And I have it saved on my YouTube, and like we were always yelling USA and all this fucking. We just take the opportunity to be as obnoxious as possible.
Yeah.
So then the thing is about to start, and that's like 30 minutes long for the introductions. And you see these guys, they come out, and you don't even realize they're about to eat like fucking whatever, 20, at least 20 hot dogs minimum, and they just come out and they act like pro wrestlers. You know, like you think that you get kind of wrapped into it when you're there, because you go to wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And even like the guys on the low card, you still kind of get into it where you're like, oh, this is like pro wrestling, So even like in the hot dog eating contest, you'll see like some dude whose name's like Crazy Legs fucking Jerk Off.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh my God, that's Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, cheer for Crazy Legs. Yeah. And you'll see like another guy named like the fucking Baconator or whatever, and you're just like, yeah. Then they get to the main guy, the Joey Chestnut guy. And you're like, and it's a big build
place
up.
erupts.
And the place is just like, going fucking crazy.
Like John Cena walks out.
Very much.
So like, I've always said this about like celebrities. Like when you meet famous people, some of them have an aura around them, like a glow. And like that's how you can tell when someone's famous. Like I met Pete Davidson once, and I was like, holy shit! Like he's like there's a glow to him. Like he's a famous guy. Like that's a famous guy. And when I was at the hot dogging contest, I was right next to Joey Chestnut. I saw him walk out.
While people are screaming, cheering. Like, they treat him like he's John Cena.
And he did not have a glow to him.
No.
He was a fucking slob.
Yeah.
No reason.
Literally mustard is on his shirt.
Disgusting.
Like, on the way out. Like, he clearly already ate a hot dog.
Yeah, I've seen him in things. He's got like a weird tooth to the side.
Yeah, big ass teeth.
Watch Amazing Race. He was on that once. He was like. He's not big and fat like you'd like him to be, but he's also not like real skinny and ripped like Kobayashi.
Yeah.
Ripped guy.
He's just like a regular.
So that's like the thing.
Yeah.
So
he's tall, but like doofy tall.
So there was rumors about Kobayashi.
Yeah.
That first off, he was not allowed there.
Yeah, he was banned.
But there was rumors circulating around the Coney Island park, I guess, whatever.
He's gonna show up anyway.
That he's there.
He's here, yeah.
And everyone's like, he's here.
It's the very early smartphones, like one of the first years of the iPhone where people had it.
Sure.
And there was updates from like ESPN saying that Kobayashi actually is in Coney Island. So we weren't really paying attention because we were having the worst experience of our lives. We did not care about fucking
Kobe.
Kobe.
Like you guys were having a good time.
Well, in retrospect. Yeah, but at the time we were just like, how do you get out of this? And we couldn't. By the way, we couldn't leave.
What was he arrested for? Just being there, trespassing?
Well,
no, hold on.
What happened? Oh, go on.
So no, we couldn't leave because my friend was real. See, we'll leave it pointing out when my friend was really into it. He loved it.
Yeah.
My other friend and me and Rob were like, this is the worst thing ever. My friend was like all in. So Joey Chestnut goes up and he eats, I don't know, fucking 75 fucking hot dogs, and fucking wins and literally cheers with Pepto-Bismol. They're just fucking like as if it's champagne.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the contest, they hand out all the hot dogs that aren't eaten.
Ugh, yeah.
And talk about COVID.
They give you a free hot dog.
It's already 103 degrees outside. The bread is stale, and these hot dogs that weren't eaten have clearly who would have those? And I'm like, I turned to my friend Dom.
I for sure would eat one if I was there.
Well, I that's
just
the thing.
I'm there. If I'm there in the hot sun, I'm drinking 4 Mountain Dews. I'm gonna have
these
hot
were
dogs.
so disgusting.
These look disgusting. I turned to my
Yeah.
friend Dom. I'm like, dude, who would eat this? And like, I look to my right. He's gone. He's chowing them down, fucking with the fat kid from earlier, who had. He was like, the fat kid goes, "Come here," and just starts eating the hot dogs. Like he's like participating.
Yeah.
Like he's like thinks he's in the contest himself. So then like all of a sudden, so then I see like a Chinese guy.
Yeah.
Who I thought was Chinese. I saw him getting arrested. And people are just yelling, "Fuck you, Kobayashi! Fuck you, Kobayashi!" And I'm like, "Well, that's fucked up." Because like, why are you calling this Chinese guy Kobayashi? Fucking turns out It was the actual Kobayashi.
He tried to rush the stage.
He tried rushing.
He tried to rush the
stage
stage at the end of the
That is
contest.
actually pretty disrespectful to rush the stage.
And well, very against
Yeah.
the Japanese culture to be that disrespectful.
Yeah.
He fucking he jumped the stage and they grabbed him or whatever.
I just thought it was just like a regular guy.
Yeah.
Turns out it was the actual guy. People were just like, "Oh no!" Like Kobayashi, and that's because I saw it. I saw it on fucking TV.
Yeah, we came when we got back to
And-
Staten Island,
and then we got back.
and then we swore we would never go to Coney Island.
I swore I would never go to Coney
hot
Island
dog
ever
eating
again.
I wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah,
I
I had it on at a donut shop I was working at once, and I was like, "This is gonna be fun." And then I'm like, "I can't follow this." And then Matt
Yeah.
watched it last year, and I watched like the lead up videos. And as soon as the competition started, I'm like, "I want to go take a shower.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like not be able to follow this."
Honestly, I
watched
I
it
watch
the
it every.
first time.
I just didn't watch it the following 2 years after
I
that.
didn't watch it
because it was
for
like
a
it was
long
so
time.
much. It was
Yeah.
being there is like it's if you're not mentally prepared for it and you think it's like watching a horse fuck a woman. It's like, yeah.
We've all seen that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not mentally prepared for this. I didn't think this to be so grotesque in person.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I was like, and then for 2 years I stopped watching it, and then I got back into it. Like now,
Well,
I'm
watching horses fuck women.
No, the hot dog eating contest.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant.
What are you being a smart ass?
Yes.
Turn into Morton Downey Jr.
Should I cut it?
Well, what were we at?
An hour and 5.
Oh, shit.
we went over.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna
All right.
cut it.